Hi, welcome to Ghost Boys Part 4. Um, let's see. When we read yesterday, Jerome had found Sarah's house. Now, Sarah is the daughter of the officer who shot Jerome. And so they talked, and he felt a lot of the inequalities about their lives. Like, he felt like Sarah had a really easy life. Her room was perfect. Her neighborhood was perfect, stuff like that. We also went back in time to when the day that he had met Carlos, and Carlos lent him the toy gun. And we know from the preliminary hearing that the reason he was shot was for having a toy gun. So it's interesting to kind of be putting the pieces together. We're starting on page 85 today, and we're going to, so we were back in time, and now we're in the kind of present. It's it's a dead chapter, so we know that Jerome's already died, and he's in ghost form. And it's a preliminary hearing in the Chicago courthouse, so the same hearing where they were like questioning the officer about like, did he know that Jerome was a kid and all that stuff. So, page 85. Were you surprised you shot a child? Asked and answered, Your Honor, said the defendant's lawyer. I'll rephrase. Why were you surprised? Asked the lawyer calmly. Can't you tell the difference between a boy and a man? Yes, of course. I mean, it was dark. Daylight. The judge's face is like a mask, her hair silver. She peers at Officer Moore. Officer Moore swallows. Yes, daylight. He was big. More than any other 12-year-old? Yes, bigger. Are you prejudiced? No. Liar, someone shouts. Quiet, the judge warns, tapping her gavel once. I look across the courtroom at Sarah. Eyes wide, her elbows on her knees, her palms cupped over her head. I'm sitting next to her father, studying him. Have you heard of racial bias? And guys, we know what bias is, remember from the argument unit? No. Heard prejudice can affect your thoughts and actions, whether consciously, knowing, or unconsciously? I'm not racist. Possibly you were responding to unconscious stereotypes of black men as large, threatening, and dangerous. No, I acted with just cause. How tall is your daughter? Objection, said the seated lawyer. Sustained, answered the judge. I'll ask another way. Would it surprise you if I told you that Jerome Rogers, the child you killed, was no taller than 5 feet and 90 pounds? Officer Moore is surprised. Her palms pressed tight against her ears, Sarah bows her head. She can't see her father squirm. I can. Then it's my turn to be surprised. The ghost boy sits beside her. So this other boy that Jerome keeps seeing? He tries to hold Sarah's hand. She doesn't flinch. Neither hand meets. They can't. He's dead, and she's alive. Sarah sees us both. Ghost boy extends his hand toward me, like I'm supposed to hold it and be grateful. I flinch. What am I supposed to do? What does it mean? Officer Moore's plump-faced lawyer asks for a lunch break. The judge agrees. For a few seconds, she closes her eyes. I think it doesn't matter if Sarah can see me and the ghost boy. It only matters if the judge sees Sarah's dad. He's lying. People file out of the courtroom. Pop is studying both Ma and Grandma. Officer Moore guides his wife, hand on her back. I don't move. Sarah and the ghost boy walk out of the courtroom, turning once to look back at dead me. Next chapter is called Lost. You saw him today, didn't you? Sarah doesn't act surprised. She knows who I'm talking about. He say anything? She shakes her head, her feet dangling off the bed. I think there's a reason I see him too. I wish you'd hurry up and figure it out. Why do you? What? See him. What if it isn't because you're just dead? Don't say it. Of course it's because I'm dead. But even as I say it, I feel like there's another reason too. Downstairs, a door slams. Sarah's mom and dad are shouting. Glass breaks. Administrative leave, murmurs Sarah. Drives dad crazy. He's getting paid? Yes. Clench my hands. Pop wouldn't mind getting paid for not working. Sarah's eyes tear up. Sorry, I say, but I'm not. Sarah's not stupid, but even if I was alive, we wouldn't live in the same world. Hers is a fantasy world, like a TV family in a huge house with plenty of food, money and food. Being poor is real. Our church has a food pantry, emergency dollars for winter heating. Last year, when Ma's appendix broke, when her sick leave was gone, we got bread, peanut butter, and applesauce. Does Pop know Officer Moore gets paid for not working, for killing me? I want to kick something, scream, break down, but what's the sense? Sarah's dad shooting me is real. Sarah believes her dad isn't lying. I run my fingers along book spines. I open some. There's stickers saying, this book belongs to Sarah Moore. Kim would love it here. All her books are from the library. She'd love owning one and writing her name. Kim Rogers, declaring a book as hers. One of Sarah's books has a boy flying on the cover. There's a silhouette behind him, a shadow figure with arms outstretched, toes pointed, his body floating on the wind. Peter Pan. Is this book good? The best. I flipped to the first page. I read the first line. All children, except one, grow up. I frowned. What happened? Did he die? No, Sarah's face reddens. He doesn't die. He stays a kid. He wants to stay a kid. Those are magic words. Ghost Boy appears, just like that. He's not here, and then here. Shazam. God, his eyes are big. Black pools to drown in. He's wearing his black tie and wide-brimmed hat. He's got fat cheeks and dimples. You look like a chipmunk, I say. Sarah giggles, and the boy laughs. A gurgling, deep, rich sound. Who wants to stay a kid? He asks. Me and Sarah stare at the ghost boy. Funny, stupid, funny. 3 kids, 2 dead, talking about Peter Pan. I'm not as lonely, not as scared, I think, not as sad as I am with my family. Maybe being dead isn't real after all. Maybe this is my fantasy. Maybe I'm dreaming. Or stuck in a storybook. I blurt, I always wanted to be grown. Being a kid sucks. Everybody's telling you what to do, trying to be good all the time, escaping bullies, pushy crews, cashiers who think you're trying to steal. I was going to be, my lips scrunch, a basketball player. Make amazing 3-point shots. Never mind that I'm short. I was going to be a baseball player, says Ghost Boy, like Ernie Banks, first African American to play for the Chicago Cubs. Lots more African Americans play for the majors. Not then. When was then? Asked Sarah. 1955. The air sucks out of the room. Sarah's pink walls start to make me feel sick. Even Ghost Boy's papery thin clothes and skin glow pinkish yellow. You've been dead for years? Decades. I wish I could cry. I wish there wasn't a ghost kid in the room with me. I don't mind staying a kid if I could be alive. I wouldn't care that I couldn't grow up. I traced Peter's silhouette on the cover of the book. He's really flying. I thought I could fly from a bullet. Pityingly, Ghost Boy watches me. Sarah's eyes tear up. Don't pity me, I say, sharp, frustrated by Sarah. Maybe I can help you both? Like Wendy helped Peter? Is Peter white? He's white, isn't he? I ask, insistent, furious. Sarah looks at me, quizzical. What are you going to be, Sarah? I shout. You're the only one who's going to grow up. Ghost Boy touches my arm, and I'm surprised that I feel him. His hand is warm, comforting. It's also taut, controlling me. It's not Sarah's fault, he says. Sarah can change. She is changing. I'm here to help you both. You can't help me. My mother, my father, my sister couldn't help me. I want to move on. There, I said it. I'm dead. I don't care anymore why I died. I just want to go. Get away from my family's pain, from you, and from you, I say to Sarah. It matters why my dad shot you. Why? So you can feel better? Sarah starts crying, and I feel like the bullies I hate. I want to move on, I say stubborn. Why haven't I moved on? I ask Ghost Boy. Why haven't you? Are you trapped too? I want to show you something. Ghost Boy spreads his arms and moves towards the window. It feels as if he's guiding me, like a gentle wind. Can Sarah feel it too? We 3 stand at the window watching night cloaking the world. See? A shadow, and then another. Another, and another, and another. Hundreds, thousands of ghost boys standing ever still, looking up through the window into our souls. Do I have a soul still? I don't understand. These are our people, says Ghost Boy. Sarah gasps. I punch the wall. Nothing happens. No cracking or paint peeling. Black boy, Sarah whispers, and clamps her hand over her mouth. This is messed up. Are all these kids killed like Jerome? Killed like you? Asked Sarah. Ghost Boy nods. I turn from him and Sarah. I look down. Hundreds and hundreds of shadow boys. A heart-wrenching crew. Army strong. No zombie apocalypse strong. Standing on lawns in the streets, their faces raised to me. All children, except one, grow up. I'd give anything to grow up. Sarah buries her face in a puffy pillow. Stop crying, I want to shout. Instead, I mutter, your bed is nice. It's pretty. Being nice is automatic. How stupid to be nice. I always tried. What did it get me? I'm getting angrier and angrier. I explode. My hand connects. Peter Pan flies across the room. The book hits the wall and drops to the floor. Sarah, you all right? Call from downstairs. I'm okay, Daddy. Sarah's eyes are different now, frightened again and nervous. Ghost Boy shakes his head like he's disappointed in me. Not fair, I think, I holler. Why do I need a white girl looking after me? You're right. Maybe you're supposed to do something for Sarah? No, that's sick. Her dad kills me and I'm supposed to help her? Who are you anyway? I'm Emmett Till. I remember Pop shouting, Grown men, armed, threatened by a boy, Grandma screaming, Emmett, like Emmett! You're the Chicago boy who was murdered like me? 1955, down south. Everybody knew the South was dangerous then. Still is, answers Emmett. Sarah's chin rests on her chest. Disgusted, it's my turn to disappear. Emmett was dumber, stupider than me. I wasn't in Old South. I was in the North. I was playing 5 blocks from my house. Why am I dead? I shouldn't be dead. I shouldn't. Next chapter is called Real. Real is graduating high school. Real is maybe going to college. Real is getting a job. Though I wouldn't be a sanitation worker like my dad. Maybe an electrician or a business manager. Being president is a fantasy. So is being a basketball player. Real is making enough money to help my folks pay off their house, buying Kim lots and lots of books. Not Peter Pan, though. Real is me having a girlfriend, maybe. Emmett sits beside me on the church steps. Moths hover, batting their wings at the streetlights. The moon is almost full, and fireflies blink. Sitting together, someone might think we're buddies, if they could see us. If they could see us, they might see how I'm slayed, crippled with grief. They might see Emmett, quiet, head down. He lays his arm over my shoulders to still my trembling. It doesn't help. That is too real. For me, baseball was real. Emmett murmurs. Crack. I love the sound of the bat hitting the ball, love running around the bases and sliding to home. Tonight feels different. Emmett has something to say. I can't help but listen. Just as I can't help knowing sadness, it has a smell. It's a musty closet with rotting food and maggots. Real, Emmett says, was going to college. Mother was on the honor roll. Only the 4th black kid to graduate her school. She became a teacher. Mother said, do better than me. Be a principal, a lawyer, a doctor. Crossing my fingers behind my back, I promise. Yes, Mama. Emmett chuckles. Shortstop, that's all I wanted to be. Me, and I say, basketball. Nobody plays baseball no more. Black kids play the court. Want to be Jordan, James, Curry. Maybe if you can't dribble and throw. Emmett sighs and wraps his arm. I don't know those names. Truth is, I'm lousy at basketball. Now I'm just getting good at bullying. I wish I still didn't have feelings. It sucks feeling sorry for another ghost. Emmett murmurs. Baseball, basketball, not much difference is there. Times change. It's people who need to change. Nodding, Emmett agrees. People change, but not enough at the same time. Or maybe people change, and then forget that they've changed and keep hurting others. Chicago didn't used to be so dangerous. Still, my mother was strict. Family and faith, that's what mattered, she said. It helped when I had polio. Polio? What's that? I'm irritated that I don't know. Paralysis, muscles like jello. I walked with a limp and stuttered too. I'd whistle, especially with W sounds. What? Had the hardest time making words come out right. How did you die? I looked straight at Emmett. Eye to eye. There's a softness to him, like he's a little old man dressed in a cheap suit. In school today, he'd be bullied worse than me. Now's not the time. You're not ready. I can't believe this. You know everything about me, but I don't get to know about you. Emmett hangs his head. The brim of his hat doesn't even cast a shadow on the ground. Summer, Mother wanted me to go to Nebraska with her, she said softly. He said softly, raising his head. Instead, I went to see my cousins in Mississippi. I should have gone to Nebraska. I waited and wait. Not another word. That's it? That's all you're going to say? Unbelievable. Believe this, Jerome. It matters that Sarah can see you. And I'm supposed to help her? Got anything better to do? You got me. Absolutely nothing. And that's the end of part 4. We read from page 85 to page 103. And we are almost halfway through the book. Awesome job. So I'll see you next time.